I don't know a better way to do it other than just get right into it, bro. Because She-Hulk this week was just we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But
You could
welcome
just come
back.
out and say it.
Welcome back to the Why I'm Geeked show, man. Episode 67. And I actually seen a TikTok on how you supposed to say 67 in Spanish. I need to know now. Yeah, it's apparently very hard. I don't know why, but yeah, that's besides the point. We are back. We are back with another episode. I got my man Chris in the building.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We're ready for this She-Hulk Attorney at Law 4 episodes deep.
So this is apparently this is what the people saw originally, right? So we're officially caught up to the manga. It's like nah, but we're officially caught up to everybody else who hasn't seen the show already. So I don't know. I feel like She-Hulk has potential, but it's just getting less and less funny. Like it's just real bad right now. And I'm like, what was that episode? So first take. What do you got for it, man? What do you got for it?
It's not funny. It's not a funny show. I just do not feel like this is meant for people that are 14 and older. Like I'm thinking this show is just it's
for
not
kids?
in my realm. I think it's for kids.
I don't think it's for kids either. I don't think it's for
Because
nobody.
If it's for adults, it's not funny enough. It's not in the realm of a sitcom. I feel like if this show wanted to be funny and be a sitcom, it would work, but it have to be a more mature show. They think they are smarter than they actually are. And it bothers me because I'm watching it and I just can't help but feel like, you know what? There's just nothing here for me. And I just I watched this last episode and I was like, I laughed at the New York joke a little bit, but I'm just like, there is just not enough at all funnies here. And I think in the last pod, I said maybe they're losing their sauce. This episode just had none on it. It just had none, and it had Wongers. I laughed at Wongers.
Yeah.
But the girl and the drunk girl or ditzy type girl character, I was just like, this is so over the top. Are people really laughing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just going through the episode like, I am not enjoying this. I'm just not. So I'm gonna let you go after that because I know that was kind of a strong little right hook for that show. So
yeah, because I don't know, like I feel like they got the concept of like it being a sitcom down. Like I feel like they got the formula, but they're not executing. Like it's not hitting like they think. Like when it's supposed to be like insert laughter here. Yeah, like when it's supposed to be insert laughter here, it's not there at all. And like it's for me, this episode had more to do with the story elements than like the funnies, because until like I don't see She-Hulk and see like a funny character. Like I don't see like when I go into a Deadpool movie, I know I'm gonna laugh real hard. You know what I'm saying? But like with She-Hulk, it's more so the actions that are supposed to be funny rather than like the words. Like the words, like the jokes are not funny, but the circumstances, some of them are pretty good. But like you said with the party girl, you know, it was cool the first go around, right? But even like the act of like when she first got initially announced, like it felt like stand-up comedian, but they just were not funny. Like it just was like a tough crowd, and it was just like they laughing. I'm not like I laugh at everything. So like even if y'all saw the recap or the reaction to this joint, like there's moments where I'm laughing, but a lot of the time I'm just sitting there, I'm just waiting for it, you know, the next punchline or something to happen. But for me, I think my biggest gripe about it, because I kind of gave up hope on it being like funny, especially like the way Marvel is right now. But it's just the story elements. Like, why in the world would Wong ever need a lawyer? Like, he's the sorcerer supreme. He's above the law. You're gonna show us in one episode that, you know, you're just gonna dip out anytime some responsibility has, like, you know, being placed upon you.
Yeah. Just
But
the main premise of that episode is gone already.
Yeah, like it's just you just proved yourself wrong in that sense. So you can dip out, you can take Abomination from a max security prison to spar with him, but you can't take Johnny Blaze's ring thing from him. And it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand like what the purpose of Wong being the next client is. You know, and it just was like, it's practical because like you already introduced him, but it's just like, run his pockets, bro. Run Johnny Blaze's pockets. That's all you got to do. That solves all the problems right there. So it's just
You're making a big point, because when I was just watching the episode, I was just ignoring the fact like why in the first place. Because when I watch movies, I normally go with, all right, I got to get behind why we're doing that. Yeah. But like I said, it's like a funny episodes anyway, so I'm not really taking it fully to heart. But when you think about that concept that he needed to get She-Hulk,
yeah,
I mean, he really doesn't.
Yeah.
At all. And like that's the end of it.
Right. Like
they already showed strong.
Yeah, they showed us he's a bad magician, like, already. He got kicked out in 1 week. Like, you can't take him out and just, you know, get
you, bro,
what belongs to y'all.
14 and below, this may be it. This may have you rolling, but
I mean, second half for sure. Second half for sure. But I don't know. I don't know who this is for, honestly. Because it's not for me. It's not. I'm gonna keep watching, but it's just it's not for me.
I'm gonna keep watching, but when I'm thinking about the previous Marvel Disney Plus series, it's officially in that range of Miss Marvel and like Hawkeye, and I feel like I enjoyed Hawkeye a little more.
For sure.
So it's just right there. I'm not feeling a major anything from this.
And Hawkeye was like a weekend. Like, it was just
the thing you always say, Christmas special type thing,
right?
Where you're like, oh, it's a fun little Christmassy season-y.
It's filler. It's a filler arc, man. That's all we've been on is a filler arc. Like the main thing we get is an introduction to a lot of these characters, but there's no real substance behind them so far. And maybe it takes something, not necessarily world ending, but like what, like I'm trying to figure out now, because at first I was like, okay, this is interesting, right? I'm trying to figure out now, what about She-Hulk says comedy or sitcom, like, about her character? You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm starting to get into, like, okay, why did they decide to do this? Like, if you want to introduce She-Hulk, like, make it more so like what we all thought it was going to be, which was, you know, she is going up against all these villains that we've seen get bodied in other movies and shows, and now she's putting them in jail, and see if they break out, she gonna put them back. Like, I want to see more of that, rather than anytime she turns into She-Hulk, it's just for the sake that, I remember I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, in when she went up against the Wrecking Crew and stuff like that, like, it's to the point where I'm like, dang, like, it's a cool concept, but there's too many missing pieces for me to even want to see a second season at this point. Like, at this point, I'd rather just see her get her cameos in movies and have her plot points there. But as far as like an interesting, like, character wise, she needs some help. She needs some serious help, bro.
I'm just kind of like, at this point, I don't think they know if they wanted to do like a story of She-Hulk, like a storyline, like all the previous shows, or a sitcom show, which just an episode, different type of scenarios with She-Hulk. That would have just been better compared to what I'm watching right now. And even I'm still not laughing. And even if they did episode, I probably wouldn't laugh. But maybe I would catch a better vibe of the show, like it being just separate than all the stuff they've seen before. But they still have that storyline with someone trying to get her blood or DNA.
Right.
So it's still kind of like there's a story going on behind the scenes. But after 4 episodes, this thing is it's
Yeah.
tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah. Struggling. We're struggling through
Yeah,
it.
I'm struggling with this one.
Yeah, cause like even this episode, bro, like it was the dating episode. Like we finally got to this portion of the thing, right? And
Matcher.
right, and it has moments where like we get some character development from Jen, but it's all still lacking like that one big draw. Like yes, like we done seen this whole scenario of like what a superhero's dating life is like, and it's cool seeing like okay, she's going through the whole Tinder aspect of it. That's different, but it's just like once we get down to the actual dates and stuff, like some of them were funny, some of them was just like all right, let's kind of like get this over with, but as soon as you remember that you're in a She-Hulk show, you know, Wong comes out of nowhere and it's just like, I need your help. And it's like, bro, you're the sorcerer supreme. Like, what is like I don't understand, especially for the way that the fight ended once they got to Johnny Blaze's joint.
Oh
I'm,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, what is going on in your brain? Like, how didn't you do that the first time? Why can't you close the portal? Why is this so difficult for you? And
It's like,
you
why do you need She-Hulk here if you're just gonna make a portal that sucks all of them into the portal? What is
right. Right. And I'm like, yo, like, is this what I'm coming every week to see? Because like I've noticed over the course of the first few episodes that, you know, as far as the lawyer part, like I feel like they're killing it. Like as far as like the having different trials, like whether it's, you know, now we're getting into copyright law. We also had, you know, the whole defamation or whatever case, and the trial, the plaintiff trial, plea trial, and like they're hitting all of those. You know what I'm saying? And now Jen is the one that needs a lawyer. So it enters Daredevil, and it's essentially that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So as far as like mid-season trailer, there's a draw right there, but overall we're still missing it. Like there's still not this thing that's just like, okay, this is the thing that I'm watching this show for. Like I'm not
yeah.
I'm definitely not watching it for the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Hulk is already gone. Like the best moments of the show was when he was on it, even though we still don't like him as a character, but it's like going through all these different things, I'm just waiting. I'm just still waiting. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, dang, I don't
I
even know
just
what to
think
be
they
doing.
really had a good opportunity to be like a sitcom show in which they quickly show her like in the beginning, like, you know, hey girl, you haven't been on a date in so long. Oh, I'm so busy with work now, you know, I can't. No, I'm gonna make you a match your profile, and then it kind of pan to the camera, and you know how sitcoms always do that, and you
Right.
know the whole episode
Right.
is just about her getting a date, going on these bad dates, and then maybe finding a good guy at the end, and then it's like, nope, he
Mhm.
was bad, and it's like, see, this is why I don't be doing these apps, and it's like,
Right.
oh, try Bumble, and that's the end of it.
Right.
Like, you know, it'd be something. It's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they want to juggle this. Oh, it's a matcher. Haha, this is funny scenario. And then here's the Wong lawyery thingy. I'm just like, you can
Yeah.
have one episode be the Wongers episode where
Right.
she's being Wong's lawyer, and that be the whole thing.
Mm.
And end of Wong, no longer in it. And then the next one just being her being on Matcher. End of it,
Yeah.
no longer
I
like,
don't
oh,
think
this
I don't even think Juan needed the episode. I think what he did in the first one was good enough because it
good
connected
enough.
both
Yeah.
stories, and then it connected us to Shang-Chi and answered that question in there. Once you add him into being a client for somebody that is not only supernatural but has no real ties to, you know, the real world, in a sense, like there's no reason why he should need one. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny when he was like saying like, nah, I'm not gonna erase everybody's memories again. Like, nah, we already know how that went. Like it was those were the parts of the episode where I was like, oh, okay, I like that. But it's when we start getting to the minute things where you start to see the holes in the show. And it's like you said, like if this was something like the whole purpose of a sitcom is like no matter what episode you turn on, you're gonna get the satisfaction of watching the episode. You're gonna get the laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's the whole purpose of it. You know what I'm saying? But with this, it's just like, okay, we get the beginning. You know, the middle is just like, all right, what are we doing here? And the end is just it's not bringing you back. There's no draw to bring you back. So it's just
Yeah.
like we're dealing with a lot of that, and I'm still waiting on Jen to start addressing like her whole like identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still pretty clueless when it comes to just like how people perceive her, and then how she perceives herself. And I don't know what's going to be the thing that helps her define that or find it, because I feel like that's the reason why the show is so buns right now. Like if she knew who she was,
Buns.
if she knew who she was, bro, we wouldn't be having a lot of the circumstances that we're having right now. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime she see Hulk, she can own it. Anytime that she's Jen, she can own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they portray her as this well put together like character in the beginning, but it seems like the only person that doesn't know that she's well put together is her herself. Everybody else is trying to help her, but she's just not like really seeing it. You know, even when she gets dumped, it's just like, what do you think was going to happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. So, I mean, that's I don't really. I just hope it has a better second half of the season than the first half. But I don't know what you got, man.
They need a different sitcom writer in here, and they would have something. I, I'm not saying it'd be good, but they had you like some sitcoms that I don't like at all. But if
Right.
they had those writers in there, I could see it being better. This one,
Mm.
how it is, it's definitely not good enough, and it's just something I would put on in the background, and I am not looking forward to every week to watch an episode. It's
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm putting it on the background. I'm watching
I
it one
am
time
I'm
and one. That's
scrolling
it.
at football scores as I'm watching this show. I
Yeah.
mean, I did that with Miss Marvel after a few episodes. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this ain't really doing it for me.
Yeah.
And again, and it sucks because this one kind of seems like it could have more sauce in there and more substance.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if it was funny.
Like it seemed like it's right. Like it's like they putting it right on the plate, over the plate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like 70 mile an hour fastball, like something anybody can hit. You know,
Yeah, it
and
seems like it's right there.
they just letting
They
it go
just
by.
swing and miss every time.
Yeah, I'm just like, bruh, come on. And
Yeah.
I feel like if she had some stronger like side characters that are more influential in her life and in the story, like I feel like the best friend is doing the best she can do, but the
But they
amount of
do have
screen
those
time.
two characters, right? The best friend and the guy lawyer. It feels
Mhm.
like they have those elements of a sitcom where they pop one in, they're doing something like, oh, I can't, I gotta do this, and then the other one comes in, oh, let's go out and get you a date
Yeah,
type thing, and then they come back at the end, all three of them, like, God, it's hard, like something. It has those sitcom elements.
yeah.
It's just the show it's not funny. And then the scenarios that they put him in, it just is like, why is She Hulk here? What what
Mhm.
what is the point of the She Hulk ness? There's
Right,
there's none.
right.
It's just that she's She Hulk.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
man,
bad.
I'm getting bad. This is getting bad. I'm hoping episode 5 is it. But if I saw all four of these, yeah, I could understand having a little sour taste, because I do think episode 2 is still the
Yeah.
best episode, and it's
Mhm.
probably the most clean cut one of them.
Right.
Now I'm like, ooh, this is rough. This is rough.
I feel like we got a good 3.
Okay.
I feel like we got a good 3.
Yeah.
Like up until she gets a new client, it's because it's like, even I feel like the main issue right now is like there's multiple storylines going on, but there's obviously a hierarchy in those stories. Like the like Wong in this one as the subset story was just not interesting. Like, and I don't know if it has anything to do with Wong himself, but like, it's just not it, bro. And I don't want to keep dragging it because I'm like, bro, like,
just no justification for the Wong storyline once you realize how he defeated the demons,
right,
and then the whole situation in the first place, and it just throws off the episode,
right. And it's like, like you got all these powers, and it's like, yo, it's like you don't know how to use them. It's like they forget who they are, and it happens a lot. And it's like you bring She-Hulk there, you know,
to smack some demons that can't die from her smacking them,
right, and ball them up and throw them into a hole that you later turn into a tornado or a whirlpool that just easily takes them out. And I'm like, bro, you should have did that from the beginning.
I'm telling you, 13-year-old and below, I'm going down. Maybe 12 and below.
Yeah, that scene definitely was very kiddish. That scene was definitely very kiddish. I'm like, bro.
And deep down, I feel like the show writers think they're smarter than the show actually is. The show is not that witty. It's not that. I don't even know the word.
I don't know either.
We'll see next week, bro.
It's just not it. We might not see, bro. We might not see. No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely
gonna watch it, bro.
Next up, man. I know we had to get that out the way, bro, because we got to end them strong, man.
It needed an update.
Yeah, we ain't talking about it in a few weeks, and it was just like, it got real bad this week. So next up, obviously, you know, we've been talking about House of the Dragons since it came out, bro. And this week is no different. I'm
different tempo.
We didn't get a time skip. We didn't get a major time skip to start off. But what do you got, man? What do you got? I don't know where to start because it's a lot.
Tough.
It's a lot.
You know what? Targaryens are gonna Targaryen, and you know we had to see it one day because they talk about it all the time. Man. I mean, even in Game of Thrones, technically the Targaryen.
Yeah.
And now we get an episode. I mean, this episode was just filled with everyone going at it, getting what they want. I mean,
the game has started. The game has started, bro.
So Targaryens are gonna Targaryen. The scene was, I was just confused. It was a long process of them leading her through the what do they call them?
The mellows, gallows. I don't know. I forgot.
The little clubhouse. The
brothel.
Brothels, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, she's showing her the nightlife, the city, because, you know, she's always kept in this castle. And we know Daemon going to be Daemon, and he be all around. He know all the spots. But then she started leading her to the brothels, and I'm like, all right.
What we doing?
Like, she's just showing her. And then we get deeper.
Yeah.
And then deeper. And I'm like, they're opening up a door.
Right.
I'm like, what's going on?
I kept saying, like, nah. Like, nah.
And time was ticking. Time was going slow, and it's just like there's no way they're doing it. And it's like, dang, episode 4, Cheek's gonna be getting clapped. Like, what is happening?
Like, it's like you said, it's a complete tonal shift, right? Because like we start off wholesome.
Game of Thrones wholesome.
Yeah. But you know, it start off like somber. You know what I'm saying? And then things start to heat up with the war and stuff like that. And then it just light on fire. Like this episode, it was just straight like dragons. I don't know. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy because like even the beginning of the episode, man, like David versus Goliath. You know what I'm saying? Rhaenyra is out touring the lands and playing matchmaker, essentially. You know what I'm saying? That was what her pops told her to go do, and she just can't choose nobody. She honestly, I don't think she want to get married. But
yep.
You also see Daemon return, and it felt like just like a makeup episode, like in the beginning, like everybody is just like, all right, man, this war is over with. You know what I'm saying? Like let's start.
We're on good terms. Yep.
Right. You know, and Daemon walked in as the king of the sea or whatever it was. I forgot what it was called, but the narrow sea.
Narrow sea.
King of Narrow Sea, I feel like it was. but he presents it like to his brother, and like his brother embraces him. And I'm like, man, finally, man, like gosh, like this man been putting in mad work, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like a lot of people said like that was like Damon has like matured based on this war, but I don't feel that way. I feel like Damon is still like when everybody saw maturity, I saw like I'm the man. Like I ain't got to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm playing the game at this point. Like yeah, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna present this to you, but you know what's up. You know what I
Yeah,
want. You know what I'm saying? So
I could see that. I really could see that. Yeah.
yeah. So that's at least how I was feeling. But Chris, I'm interested. Like how you feeling about just let's just start with the king, right? Because the king got some play this week. The king got some actual play, and it was one of those things where I
I
was like,
mean,
bro, I don't know. I'm half and half still,
all right.
but
I'm probably gonna go to a spot that we probably could save for later, but I
mhm,
am the king and the hand. I'm gonna just go to this because I was thinking about it before we came on the podcast.
mhm,
The king and the hand dynamic. I'm really surprised that we get a firm cutoff of you're no longer the hand this episode. I I get what they were trying to do
mhm,
with saying kind of like this guy has been plotting to try to get Aegon like the throne. Like he purposely has been putting his family in front of like your wishes type thing.
right,
Again, we get another episode where I just kind of feel like I needed one more episode to see him scheming and see make the king kind of think like, dang man, you're really plotting hard.
mhm,
Like I'm already with your daughter. You know what I mean? Like, and I
yeah,
understand we're playing the Game of Thrones or everyone's always coming after me because that's what he said to Rhaenyra. Like, I'm the
right,
king. Everyone that talks to me is after something. Everyone is wants a plot of land, wants some favor, wants their house elevated. So
mhm,
I get that. But it's kind of like I'm very surprised. Like this is the episode where Rhaenyra is just like, Dad, you can't even see it in front of you that this guy's plotting for Aegon to take the throne.
right.
And he's like, yeah, bet you're right. All right, you're gone. I was like, dang, could we get another episode to show him being sneaky or like,
Yeah,
see him in it, like sending a spy and a spy sees like Rhaenyra in the woods with like the knight, and then they're like, hey, she's
right,
getting real close with the knight.
right,
Like something more than just someone on the street. The hand's gonna have eyes and ears on the street, and it's
mhm,
just like it just doesn't make the hand seem like he got caught red-handed type thing. Like, I
yeah,
got you, boom, you're out. It's kind of just like, you know what, man? I know we've been here for a while. I don't trust you no more.
yeah,
And that's a big thing with the hand because later on we know the hands don't last a long time
mhm,
because like somehow the king builds this trust with the hand. I just kind of felt like they could have played on it more, like just straight up the hand was
yeah.
just pushing his agenda too much, and that's why I want to go with it because we probably
Okay,
wouldn't get to it if I went on any one of the rants.
okay, I'm with it. So for me, with the hand, I I like that he ran his pockets, bro, because yes, it wasn't as sneaky or conniving that you would think. You know what I'm saying it would be, but I feel like it's mainly because like we said in the first episode, everything is plain as day. Like all the cards are already on the table. We know who doesn't like each other. We know who does, and where people are trying to go. So when you say like I feel like we needed another episode. I feel like we didn't necessarily need another episode. I was just expecting more pushback from Otto, because like for you to like cuz he served multiple kings. So for you to not
And
only
raised them.
right, for you to not only, have done this, have put in this work, like Otto more than anybody else is the one who has the most hold on the realm as far as like reach wise. You know what I'm saying? Like this man knows all the secrets. He knows exactly what's going on in the kingdom. So, for him to not only just, kick him out like it's nothing. It's it does scream like naivete. I don't know if that's the right word. That came to my brain, but it's giving me like, okay, like yes, this is obvious, but I don't know if that warrants like now is the time that you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get rid of him. Like man, maybe you let him know that he's on thin ice at this point because I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying, and continue like that. But like your house is already as weak as it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? Is very very viable at this point, and then with all of this stuff leading back to Rhaenyra, all he did was tell you what happened. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you believe him or not, it's just like I was expecting more from Otto because all he was doing was telling the truth. Like maybe he was scared that he's gonna get beheaded. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's the case, but based on the king's actions, I don't know why he was so scared because he hasn't like the king hasn't done anything crazy yet to anybody. You know, his only thing he's threatening people is with words. Like that's the only thing he's done. So for him to just go like that, it's just like okay, like you know what I'm saying, like
yeah,
one up the king, like at least you made a decision, but
yeah.
it was like at the same time I'm like I don't know how I feel about this because like
It
he
seems
was
like
biting his tongue
really
the whole
rash
time.
again. Yeah,
Yeah, he was biting his tongue the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it comes down to Viserys's frustration with just his rule in general because you know everything still leads back to him. You know what I'm saying? And him not being able to choose.
yep.
So, and when he did make a choice, the wrong one. So, it's it's like it's just like you said last week. It's like a bad omen, you know. And
And
I,
and the king is looking rough. They showed more and more of his body
oh
when he
yeah,
was getting it on with the queen. At
I felt
12
bad for
p.m.,
her, bro.
5 o'clock in the morning.
I
He
felt so bad. I felt so
that was
bad.
a rough scene. I was like, bro, Game of Thrones, like
Like, cause
you didn't have to.
you could tell that she still like she got feelings for him. Like she cares about the king, but not in that aspect at all. Like she's just an outer body. It was like an outer body experience for her because he's literally a living corpse at this point. That
Yeah,
freaking Iron Throne is tearing him up. Like
yeah,
I'm surprised he ain't put on no chain metal or something to help protect him from it. But it's Allison is another character that I want to discuss because
okay,
uh I feel like she had made the most strides in this episode because she's not pregnant in this one. You know, she already had her second baby and it was a girl, and um, you know, she had some fire this episode when she pulled up on, well, when Rhaenyra pulled up on her. How are you feeling about Allison and her progression so far? Because I think she might be dangerous. I ain't gonna cap. I've
I mean, at the end of the day, she has Aegon, and
Mhm.
I kind of feel like when it comes to Game of Thrones, the family you're from is important. And as much as she does want to be a queen, and she likes loves her friend Rhaenyra and all that stuff, I think we're just gonna see her push for Aegon
Mhm.
being king,
Right.
and it just kind of be like, you know what? I am the queen. Aegon is the rightful heir, and that's who the people want, type thing. And
Right.
even though she's kind of playing like nice, like, oh, well, you're still gonna be the queen, type thing, or
Rhaenyra's not one to lie. Like she's backing
yeah,
her up.
Rhaenyra. I really feel like we're gonna see the lesson of, we're going with the family. We're
Yeah. I'm
hey,
I'm interested in seeing what like is the thing that pushes her over the edge though. Because
yeah,
at this point it would just be the lie. Because Rhaenyra was just lying her butt off this episode. But
yeah,
she lied straight to her face. They had a moment. They became close again. Essentially, it was kind of awkward, but it was just like I'm starting to see everybody is like I said earlier playing the game, but like Alicent specifically, I could see her like realizing like okay, if I'm gonna fight for anybody, I'm gonna fight for myself and my kids.
Yeah, it's just like you
So,
don't really see her doing it yet, but it's
mhm,
like, you know what? It's gonna be all the people saying, you know what, I'm going for me, and the Targaryens are split between three Targaryens.
right.
Hey, that may be good enough, and we
Especially with
can,
her dad gone now, like
yeah,
from being the hand at least. He's probably still
yeah.
gonna be in her ear, but that's just like less pressure
Because
on
with no
her.
hand, I mean, the dad still, like you said, years of connections in the city.
Mhm.
The kid was just on the stoop, the
Right.
one that snooped. So it's just like you got to replace the hand. Who you gonna put Damon on as the hand now?
Yeah. I don't. Not.
Especially after that whole move with your
Nah.
daughter, like no way. So it's just like you're gonna lose the hand. Now you're not gonna have no knowledge what's going on in and out the city. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe this is the downfall we're gonna see, and
Yeah.
the
I,
king sucks.
well, I think the next hand is going to be. I figured out his name. Is Lionel Strong. I feel like it's going to be Lionel Strong, and that's the guy we was talking about last week, who was the only one that was giving
Oh,
plans
I
that
got
was
you.
for the realm, that was like not only decent but made sense, and it wasn't strictly to raise his own status.
Yep.
But I think his name is going to be a double entendre because he's strong, right? But not in like he might be strong in mind, but not strong in like presence. It's just something that Otto, he demands respect, and it's like with Lionel, it's like more so like, yo, this is what I suggest, but if you don't necessarily want to go this way, we ain't got to do it. Like it's giving me more of that. So I feel I feel like the next direction that we go is definitely going to be more so like on the not sneaky side, but like we're going to start seeing more plays happening at once because Corliss made a big play this week, and he forcing the king's hand and basically, you know, making him have Rhaenyra marry his son by having his daughter marry um, somebody from overseas. I forgot exactly where they was. I think it was Davos. I don't know.
Yeah, Davos.
I gotta check up on that. But like,
Davos in the Free Cities, right?
right. So with that being said, the official not Valerian. Is it Valerian?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Corliss. Is it Corliss Valerian? I think so. I don't know. My brain
Yeah.
kind of fried right now.
Corliss.
Corliss. Yeah. So the sea snake, the
Sure.
sea snake, is definitely rebounding off of this war and not wasting no time, uh, making his play, and like I said, it's forcing the king's hand to do this, but also we start to see how that plays in a factor into what Daemon is doing. So it's cool to see Daemon start to make his own play by you know like you said earlier, bringing Rhaenyra to the brothel and taking all throughout the city, showing her the real world, like because she's already had like a curious spirit. He already knows how much Rhaenyra looks up to him, and when you see Daemon and you see her father, like who you really want to be like, you know what I'm saying, like in that sense. So obviously she's intrigued, she's already curious, she never been down here and stuff like that, and then they get into all the freaky stuff. But because of that, he not only took her hat off so that everybody could see who she was. Now the whispers are starting to happen. So like they said in the episode, perception is everything. You know what I'm saying? Perception over truth. And I was like, dang, I was like, bro, especially for a girl, like that is everything. Like,
I
especially when they
mean,
try
it's
to
just
marry him
so much
off.
like, was Damon there, and that was the purpose of the whole thing? Because
Yeah.
now she's not even a maiden. You know what I mean? She even
Mm-hmm.
lied about that.
Right.
So, like, someone gonna find out, and
Yeah.
I guess the perception is like Damon did it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
And
what are her offers now? Maybe the offers went away. Maybe everyone was like,
that's why
man,
Damon did
these
it.
target,
Because
yeah,
who else you gonna choose but me now? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Well, maybe.
he said that. I was like, dang. I was like, wow, that's a play right there. It's still wild, but that's Targaryens for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's 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 one of those things where I was like, that whole thing. I don't know. I felt like bad for Cole, like the night, just because he thinking it's something that it's not, right? Like it's just he just like if it fall in your lap, it's a blessing. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like
he said, "Okay, princess. Hey."
right. Like he owe her he said himself he owe everything to her, and now he just like the sugar baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that like that happened, but I'm still sitting there thinking like, bro,
And the end of the episode, they had the potion.
right? Plan
I was
B.
like, "Yo, what?"
Medieval Plan B, bro.
Yeah. And where'd they get that information though? The walls of the castle?
What do you mean?
Like, why did they bring the potion? Wouldn't that mean someone knows that she did it with the knight? Or is it
No,
just the perception that?
of her, she might have did it with Damon.
Yeah. So they
Like
just
so,
gave it to her anyway.
so because they don't know, how far it actually went. Because we already know Damon's
Gotcha.
been having issues. You know what I'm saying for as long as we know him.
Yeah.
So like we don't know if he left because it was just literally he was there as a plan, or it's just like, dang, I still can't do it. I got to get up out of here now.
And shout out to these brothel women in the Game of Thrones Westeros areas, because apparently they just be having these. So we got a Targaryen and the brothel woman. They're just so close. Just
Right.
That's got to be her. And then we had in Game of Thrones, what was his name? Tyrion. No, Tyrion.
Oh yeah, Tyrion. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrion and the girl from the brothel, right?
Yeah. What's her name?
I
Uh
I can't remember her name. I guess I got to rewatch now. But it just seems like
she was like that. Yeah, I liked her character a lot.
The Keep got the best brothel women. They just be holding down these main characters every time.
Yeah, but it's like it's still wild though, because it's like even Damon said when he was talking to the king, it was like when we were young, we tore these streets up. You know what I'm saying? We was out here, but it's just like, she's a maiden. Like it's like I feel like the king was more frustrated that Damon did it more so than the fact that it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew better. So it's one of those things.
Like, I tried it with my daughter, even though runs in the family. He's just like, for real, bro.
Yeah,
really.
Like you had to go all the way down there to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like come on, bro. So, I mean, that was that. I mean, what else is there, bro? I mean, this is a
that was the freaky episode. So
that joint was mixy.
I don't think. Yeah, it wasn't. In my opinion, it wasn't my favorite one, but
me neither.
It was like let's show off the skin, let's show off the craziness that goes down. Let's get it out the way now, because probably we won't be seeing that again. Because we got her and Cole, right? The Knight's Cole, and then the King and the Queen, and then the small little brothel thing again. So it was kind of just like I feel like they hit so much of that, that we're not going to be seeing it for a while.
Yeah, and it's like we're in for another time skip eventually. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
not sure if we're gonna get one next episode. I think we'll get one more young Rhaenyra, and then maybe the big time jump or something. Maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm going episode by episode. I'm just saying, like, I know that the other actor is out there. It's gonna happen eventually at some point. But I mean, I think my main thing about the show right now is a lot of stuff is happening off screen, and like as far as like how time is progressing. So I wish we were more privy to a lot of the conversations that are happening, what people's plans are, and where we're going. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, like they gave Rhaenyra the potion, and we ain't gonna know what's gonna happen, because like for her, like that's PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Like she's seen her mother go through that like 10 times or something like that, something crazy like that. So like for her, like seeing that, that is, she looked at like marriage as like a death sentence. I'm like, damn. I'm like, you think it's like that, but you out here still wilding. I was like,
Yeah,
all
but
right,
we
like
see that
logic.
experience through like Allison, because it's kind of
Exactly.
like Rhaenyra is choosing, but then Allison's, her duty is just to bear the children, and
Right.
she's like, I don't want that. I
That was
don't
a
want that.
cold line too. That was
Yeah,
cold. I was like, dang, you didn't have to say it like that. I was
yeah, little jab, bro. I was
like,
like,
right, right. And it's Queen versus friend versus stepmother. So it's like, who are we today? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But I mean, I think that's all I got for this one. You got anything else?
I'm hoping the ball actually gets rolling the next episode. It was a solid episode this week, but House of the Dragon. I think it's gonna be one of those that you just keep watching, and then hopefully
Mm-hmm.
they don't let us down, and hopefully there is this build up. But yeah, I do wish there was a little bit more of these smaller details just to make the characters' decisions in each episode feel more defined, I guess.
Yeah,
But still solid.
yeah.
Just on the low end of solid.
Because it's definitely a House of the Dragon. Like we stay in the Red Keep. You know what I'm saying? Like
We
everything
do.
everything happening there. We don't get to see as much like different perspectives as we would as in Game
Yeah.
of Thrones. Going through different people's stories. Like yeah, we're gonna touch everybody story at some point in the episode, but not everybody gonna be in every single episode is what I'm seeing at this point now. So
Just maybe the Targaryens. It
mm,
seems like they want to just follow
yeah.
Daemon, Rhaenyra, and the king, and
Hmm.
maybe just keep it going.
Yeah, yeah. And we only got one dragon this episode. We only got one
Yeah,
early on. Early on. So
they still showing them. Hey,
yeah, they are. They are. He had a mean entrance in the beginning of that joint. I was like, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But yeah, man, Chris, what you geeked about, man?
bro. I mean, what I'm geeked about. I don't got much coming up right now. To be
Hmm.
honest, the only thing I'm looking forward to now is probably Andor, and that's in like 2 more weeks,
Yeah.
maybe. So I'm hoping that's a decent show. Not a mega Star Wars show that I really want to see,
Right.
but I'm I'm hearing rumbles that it's like a more serious tone
Yeah.
one. So um, I'm not sure I'm gonna like it, but
Star
uh,
Wars has a pretty good track record though, with shows at least.
yeah. But I just know I'm not probably gonna get anything major like what I got from Obi-Wan or anything like that. So or
Hmm.
Kenobi. So
Yeah.
I really think that's the only big major thing coming up until these scary movies start popping up left and right.
Yeah, I ain't seeing them. But all right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what am I geeked about this week, man? Uh, Woman King come out this week, and I'm excited to go see that. I feel like I ain't been to no movies in so long, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's only been a couple weeks,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely missing that. Oh, I know what I'm geeked about. I finished freaking Skypia. I made it back to the Blue Sea. So
Oh
I'm
man.
I'm I literally just finished that today. So I don't know if I told myself like I need to chill out because I need to catch up on a lot of movies I haven't seen yet. And I know I made it. So I can officially say I'll watch One Piece now because I made it past that
Hey,
point.
congratulations. Congratulations.
So I'll have some content discussing. I'm still figuring out ways that I'm going to do it, but I honestly just been trying to get through this back catalog of content that I've recorded, not edited, and just need to get it out there. So definitely be on the lookout. We got clips for like the next 2 weeks. So if you guys missed an episode or are just interested in a certain part, definitely be checking out No Judge. Think we got like one like every other day for the next 2 weeks. So a lot of stuff dropping on the channel. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. And yeah, man, that's what's gonna do it for us. Appreciate y'all for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoy. If you want to see more content like this, definitely hit that subscribe button and follow us on your RSS feeds on all your audio platforms. And we'll see y'all next week, man. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.